It is snapshot 20W15A, and this is probably the biggest update for builders ever. It has added a brand new block known as Blackstone, which comes with 17 different variants, from Blackstone bricks to polished Blackstone to Blackstone walls. We also have cracked and chiseled nether bricks and quartz bricks, which just look phenomenal. And on top of that, we meet the arrival of Soulfire campfires and a brand new banner design known simply as Piglin. Seriously, if we ever get a builder's update, which I really hope we do, this will be the closest thing we ever get. Now, this is going to be a slightly different build hacks video because, to be honest, there aren't really many, if any, build hacks in this. I guess you could say the wall thing is, which I'll go into later on, but there really isn't that much. So I guess we're just going to go through the new blocks, to be honest. And to begin with, we have quartz bricks. These are something I don't think many of us have asked for. It's probably been asked for before, but we all know we really do deserve this. Look at this block. It's so amazing looking. Oh, it just looks awesome. And mixed with the normal quartz block just gives it like a variant, I guess, just with one large stone brick. It just works really well, and it's as simple as that. It's just a wall with bricks with the normal quartz mixed in. It looks fine without, although I think it is a bit too grid-like without the normal quartz mixed in there. But once you add just quartz blocks here and there, it already just breaks up a tiny bit, making areas look a tiny bit smoother. But yeah, it just looks super nice. Okay. This house looks so cool. This new Blackstone works incredibly well as some kind of wall design because it just mixes really well with all of the dark blocks. Look at this dark oak wood. It just works really well with it. But these blocks here, look at these blocks. And look how thin they are. Look at these blocks and look how fat they are. That's because these are just walls. This is probably, if we never ever get vertical slabs, the closest we'll get to them. Look what we can do now with walls. They just look so smooth. No more bits like that just looking weird. It's so smooth. It basically means we can have an even deeper, an even better layer of depth. And even better, they connect to glass panes. I'm going to be making more walls out of actual wall blocks than normal blocks, which is probably what I should be doing because they're called walls. This is just such an amazing... To be honest, this is my favourite feature, just because you can do it with every single wall now. This is just going to be so useful. And I'm going to go onto this block later in more detail, but it does look really cool. And now we go onto the roof. As you can see, I've just mixed in some cracked nether brick, and it just looks really nice. Very subtle, barely noticeable, but it does look quite nice, and I do really like how nether brick works as a roof. Okay, I admit I did kind of go with this with my nether gold ore design a while back, but basically using it in lava pits. So if you have pits surrounded by blackstone with polished blackstone pressure plates and buttons, adding a tiny bit of variation and also layering and depth just to this area, mixing it in with the magma blocks around the lava and the gilded blackstone. I'm remembering the names, yay! It just looks like the lava's seeping through, cracking it up quite a bit. I just love how this looks. It looks really awesome in my opinion, and I'm so glad we have this new block in the game. And we're taking another look at the nether brick, but this time we've got the chiseled nether brick, just as, I guess, acting like another chiseled block, just adding that extra bit of detail right in the corners, but it's not too noticeable either. And once again, we have the walls, just making it so you can add depth without actually having to go back a block or anything like that. But it's just so cool, that is. just being able to add depth without going back a block. That's what builders have always needed, and we now have. But yeah, once again, just very simple, mixing in cracked bricks here and there, just having walls made out of the walls themselves. Just very, very simple. And I've done exactly as I was going to, and I've done exactly the same design here. I'm going to revisit these blocks and look at how beautiful they look. And admittedly, they are a tiny bit over detailed, but in a good way. So, they kind of look quite noisy, lots and lots of texture, lots of contrast. But oddly, it works in this case. It kind of looks, while it is an 8x8 texture, it does look like a 32x32 texture. It looks like a block you'd find in like Conquest Reforged or something. And it just looks great. As you can see here, we have more designs. I've got a feeling this is what I think will happen. The bastions will be made out of these new blocks using the piglin banners, and they're going to be in the next update. I'm calling it right now. Bastions in the next update using all of these new blocks. And I know people have been complaining about the over detailingness, if that's even a word, of these new blocks, but I think it's perfect in my opinion. And just mixing the polished variant of the bricks and the normal variants just works really nicely in my opinion. But yeah, I can imagine this being in loads of brand new builds. I just can't wait to build with it myself. It's my favourite new block, hands down. And now we're going to move on to the Soulfire Campfire. And admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of the wood on this, because I would probably use this as some kind of grill or as some kind of Bunsen burner, to be honest. And while I would probably use it in the Soul Valley if I wanted to build using a blue palette, I probably would use it, and it does look really nice. However, a blue flame would be incredibly useful as some kind of Bunsen burner, and I guess you could still use it, just having like people just imagining this bottom bit isn't wood, but this is the closest thing relating to a build hack that I could think of. The only other things you can already do with normal campfires, so I kind of wanted to look at something specific to this block. I guess it kind of works for some kind of gas oven as well, because you tend to have blue flames rather than red ones in those, but other than that, I honestly couldn't really think of too much. It is a nice new block. I'm glad it's in the game, but I just want to remove the wood. Now, admittedly, I'm not a banner guru, but I did come up with something, and I admit it's pretty obvious, just nothing special at all. It's a plug, just a plug socket, and if you're British like me, then it doesn't really work because we have completely different plugs, but I guess it does look like plugs you might get in some countries. But yeah, it does look quite nice from a distance, since you don't really see the wood, and it kind of blends in with the white concrete. It looks fine, and it would definitely work on a larger scale. As you can see, you do have to have a 2-block tall trim, which is taller than you. But yeah, it's just really the only thing I could come up with. But I'm sure now so many new designs will be available just because we have access to this now. While there are so many different combinations you can come up with banners, there are even more now, so keep your eyes out. You can probably make even more banner designs, I guess. Okay, I know, I revert to this back a lot. I mean, I just really like to use this design if I'm running out of ideas, I'm gonna be honest, but it does make a nice painting using the stairs hidden behind a wall. This chiseled nether brick works really, really well with crimson planks. It does look really nice, and while I admit I am running out of ideas, I'm sure you could use this in some kind of rich nether palace or hallway or something. if you're just using the crimson wood, it just works really nicely and could fit in a number of scenarios. Yeah, this is going to be my favourite new roof block. This is basically the closest thing at the moment that we've got to slate for a roof. Normally we just have to use stone bricks, which are a little too light, but this, it's the perfect colour, it's the perfect texture. It works excellently. This works really nicely. It could fit onto any kind of house. You could do a medieval house with it, or you could do a suburban house with it. It works so well. This is probably, as I said, my favourite block. Once again, simply because of this. I mean, slate. We've never had a block like that before. It's such a common. I nearly said it's such a common block in real life, but but it is still really common in real life, and it's so useful now that we can just transfer that into Minecraft, and just use roofs, or use this on roofs. And my final design once again goes back to this. It looks like coal or charcoal, lots of it just in a barrel or something, just stored. So the coal block looks like it's been fused together. This just looks like lots of loose bits of coal in one small area. So you could just have this stored like a barrel in a coal mine, and it honestly does look like coal. And yeah, it's just as simple as that. You could even have this in the back of a train or by a fireplace, anything like that. It just works really well as what it looks like, coal. But anyway, I think those are all of my designs for now. 10 different designs. I honestly do admit one or two, this one mainly, is a bit less of a build hack or something I go back to way too frequently, but I still got those 10 designs in. So let me know which one was your favourite down below. Let me know what you think of these, and if you reckon that bastions will be coming in the next update. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please, as usual, leave any more suggestions down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.